Howdy, Desert Boy here. I just wanted to come to you today again and to have another one of these kind of home defense, self-defense trio kind of things. And I've started to do this video several times, and I've had just different things come up, but we'll give it another go. So in this case, what if you're kind of, like the guns you have, you're not really into semi-autos, you're not into having an AR and all that. Maybe all you have is a lever action, bolt action rifle, and then maybe you have some revolvers, right? So could you do this with a revolver to fulfill these different roles, kind of the home defense, the EDC, and kind of the long gun for having longer range to protect your home and your family and yourself and so forth. So let's talk about that. In this case, we'll start out with a Smith & Wesson L frame. This is a 686-6. It is a 686 plus, which means it has 7 rounds, and it is empty, as we can see. It is all stainless steel. It's about 36.8 ounces, so it's pretty heavy. It's got what we call a red ramp front sight with a white outline adjustable rear sight. It's got the covered back strap here, which some people like that, and type of Hogue type grips on it. And then it also is about 8 and I think 1/4 inches long. I guess it's about 5.5 inches or so high. I'm not really sure on that. Maybe 1 1/4 inch and 1.35 wide. I don't know. I don't have the specs on that. But I can tell you, this gun, you could carry it concealed because this is a 3-inch barrel in this one, and it still has decent accuracy. Some places may not allow you to hunt with it because some places require like a 4 or 4.2 inch barrel for hunting, or they don't allow handgun hunting at all. So always check your local, state, and federal firearms rules for make sure you're in compliance for not just hunting, but for carry, for any kind of concealed carry, CCW permits, training that you have to have. This gun here is a very good all-around gun, though. It's kind of a staple in some people's gun collections, just like maybe a Glock 19 would be for some people with semi-autos, or a 12 gauge as far as a shotgun goes. So this is a good all-around gun to have. You could conceal it, but that's not going to work for everybody. I can maybe do it because I'm bigger, but most people maybe not. So let's go to the next one. This is a Ruger LCR. This is the compact gun in the group. It's 17.1 ounces, so it's half the weight of this gun. It is 357 Magnum capable, however, and that means it will shoot 357 Magnum, and it'll shoot 38 Special plus P and 38 Special. All of these guns will. That's what makes them nice. That's why I don't have my Model 637 out here, is because it is not Magnum capable. It was like a 640, I think, Centennial or something. In a J-frame, it might be, and then Taurus probably has a version that does something like that, as well as some other manufacturers. Okay, this is a 5-shot. So we press the button. We can see it's empty. The parts that are important for, like the cylinder and the barrel and all that, for we're going to do all the shooting, those are all steel. There's other parts that are like composite materials, and it's a double action only, which allows for the hammer to not be here, which makes it more snag free. It has open sights, or what we call, it's just got an open groove here with a blade front sight, and it's got Hogue monogrips that are pretty beefy, and it's got a pretty good size handle on it for the size gun it is. It's also about 1.25 inches wide, 6.5 inches long, and about 4.6 inches high. So this one over here runs in the neighborhood of probably $900 to $1,000. Could go as low as $800, I guess, if you didn't buy a new one. This one runs about $809, I think, on the website, because it's a 357 Magnum. Okay. So what about your long gun? right? In the other video I did, I had a P938 and a Sig Sauer SP2022. It was all 9mm and a Scorpion CZ EVO 3S1 carbine. This is a carbine. This is a big boy carbine. It is empty. It's a lever action, right? And it has a tubular magazine that you must feed by removing this spring-loaded magazine follower in the tube. And you put the bullets in here until all 8 of them are in there, and then you have to put that back down in there. And you need to always be cautious to keep your hands away from the barrel to be safe whenever you're doing that kind of stuff. This has a large loop lever, which some people like, especially if they have gloves on or something. It's a fairly heavy gun. It's 7.75 pounds. It's 35 inches long, which makes it nice and short, kind of, if you wanted to use it indoors. It makes it a little easier to maneuver with it, right? It's a 16.5-inch octagon barrel. Normally it has just these open sights on it, this semi-buckhorn right here and this brass bead, but I added this Picatinny with this Bushnell TRS 25 red dot, which is fairly inexpensive, and this UTG or UTC 3X magnifier. And it also flips out of the way if you just need to use the red dot. So there's a way you can pull up and flip it out of the way. So this, can shoot 38 and 357 Magnum and 38 specials as well. So that is one combination you could use. There might be a way to cut some of the cost. If you went with, say, a Rossi, it might come in at like between $500 and $800 instead of this one's about $1,000. So if you looked at buying all of these, you'd probably be in somewhere in the neighborhood of $2,700, $2,800, maybe more. This one here, you might be able to find a J-frame that's maybe $700 instead of $800. There might be a Taurus that's a little cheaper. You'd have to look. You probably could find a Taurus for sure that's cheaper than this L-frame at about $500 or $600 versus paying, $800 to $1,000. For reloading for these, you don't have magazines, but you have speed loaders. This is an HKS 7-round speed loader. This is a Bianchi speed strip. It's got 6 rounds in it with a RASC. That's a way you can buy these, and you connect them to the speed strip. Makes it easy to put in your pocket. Looks like you got a knife in your pocket, I guess, or some other kind of tool. And then this is a Zeta 6 J-clip instead of a speed loader, and it's a J-clip R in this case because it's for the Ruger LCR. And this is also a Zeta 6 sim strip with a 212 configuration, which is very handy for tactical loads. And something like this, you can use that with this gun. It's just if you shot a couple rounds, you need to top it off, you can do it with that. This one just happens to have enough to fill this one all the way up. Of course, neither one of these do. So we can see the Henry box decided to fall off there. Well, but we know Henry's still good and reliable. So anyway, these are different ammos that I used today, except for this one. I didn't use any plus P, but I did use, there'll be a range video and a report. I did use some of the 130 grain Winchester 38 special. I didn't shoot this one, excuse me, I did shoot this 357 Magnum semi-jacketed soft point in the Henry, and I shot some of this 158 grain jacketed hollow point lead semi-wad cutter from Remington. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you another view on maybe that home defense type of thing. If you're kind of more old school or you don't want to deal with semi-autos and things, you just want to use your revolvers and other things you have. So as Reed Desert Boy always says, be safe out there, whatever you're doing. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.